Alright, so this doesn't happen very often, but our first spot that we came to looks really fishy. We got a lot of birds. Looks like we got a good amount of bait that the birds are feeding on. Saw some fish busting out towards the end of this jetty. So we're gonna try and get out as far as we can. Work it hard and then we'll keep moving. Start off with a pencil. Water's a little dirty. We're probably gonna have to end up switching, but I might as well take a couple casts with this. Since the water is really brown and dirty, usually I like to fish it just a little bit slower on that side-to-side action. That bird likes my plug. This JBR just absolutely flies. All right, we're gonna take off the JBR, FishAholic pencil. Let's put on the bomber. That might be enough to get down in their face and we'll get a strike. If we don't get anything on this, then we're gonna leave. A little deep. Oh well. I wanted to try it. All right, so I think we're gonna go check out a couple spots up north, and then we'll go to a couple spots south if we don't see anything up there. And this is kind of how Jersey fishing, fall fishing is. You know, you're gonna find a spot with a ton of bait, ton of fish, and you might catch a bunch. And then other spots you're gonna have, you know, some bait, some fish, but they don't really sit in one spot too long. They just keep moving. So that's what we gotta do. All right, FishAholic. So it is about 3 p.m. right now, and at around 11, after fishing like 5 or 6 spots and not seeing any birds, no bait, no fish, we decided just to like take a break and get some lunch. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and picked up some fabric hockey tape, which you know, I've been getting a lot of questions on what gloves I wear, especially in the fall when it's colder out. And the gloves that I really love to wear when it's really cold are these waterproof, windproof sealskins gloves right here. But the problem is if you don't put any kind of fabric tape on the finger, or the index finger, because you're going to be using that to cast with braid in the surf, the braid will just tear up these gloves. So these are great gloves to use in the surf, especially when it's cold out, but it's definitely crucial to have a little bit of fabric tape on there. And in the warmer time of the season, I'm usually just using mechanics gloves or, golf gloves, batting gloves. And also, look what we found today. Yesterday, I was getting, a really good amount of water in my right foot. I couldn't find where it was coming from. And then I turned the waders inside out this morning, and look at that. Really bad slice on the inside of my waders. I don't even know how that happens. I've never had a leak on the inside of the neoprene booties. And these are my Patagonia Rio Azul waders. They're a men's long size. I'm surprised they even come like that. You can buy them in regular or long, and they really fit nice to me. That's why I keep getting them. But this is probably the second or third bad leak that I've had in these waders just this season. I think last year I had to send them back twice. This year I've already sent them back twice. But you know what? It's still all good because they have a really good warranty. I can send them back to Patagonia and they can either get A, replaced or B, repaired. And usually they just replace them and send me a new pair. So it's I guess part of the spoils of surf casting pretty much every single day. What else can we do? So we're gonna put the waders on and we're gonna get a crack at the surf again before it gets dark. And supposedly early this morning at first light, a little bit further north of us, of that first spot, there was like a little bite that happened, but I really don't know of how big the fish were. So, like a bite could be like a bunch of 20 inchers, or a good bite could be a bunch of like 20 pounders. So we'll just go for anything right now. Let's get suited up and go and hit it. All right, so we decided to start up a little bit further north this afternoon, and the water has cleaned up like really nice. We're about halfway through the flood, and we've got some good visibility, nice looking green water. We've got some birds hovering out towards that way, out that way. So we got more birds over there swooping down on something. Definitely some bait, probably sand eels. Come on, fish, give me something, come on. Ooh, the 250 is squeaking, man, really squeaking. I think the Van Stall is ready for that season to be over. As slow as it's been, I'm kind of ready for it to be over a little bit. Oh, there's a fish. No freaking way. Feels good to pull on something today. Oh man. Surfing them in. He fell off right there. It was so tiny though. Well, there's fish here. All right, for fish this size, I probably should be using my fly rod. So I put a garbage bag around my right foot so it wouldn't get wet. And it worked for about the first, 40 minutes we've been wading in the water, but I'm feeling a little seepage now, which kind of sucks. I thought I had a pretty good seal on there. There's another one right at the lip. Hey, and look at this right here. He's like finding Nemo. Nemo Striper. I'm like walking lopsided. I got probably at least 5 pounds of water in my right boot. Found a perfect little squeaky ball toy for my dog Shirley back at my parents' house. It's more of like family dog, but yeah, if you're wondering, Thanksgiving is like 2 days from now. Happy Thanksgiving belatedly to you guys all. But yeah, Shirley's gonna love this. Probably tear it up, but she's gonna love it. This actually is looking pretty good. There's some type of bait being pushed real tight to the surface. Birds haven't really started diving on it real hard yet, but there's a ton of bait right here. And I don't know, we brought our 7-foot dark matter medium heavy light tackle inshore spinning rod with the 4000 shield because I think we're gonna mostly catch small fish. I mean hopefully, I'm kind of caught in a dilemma right now. There's so much bait here, something bigger could come in and we're gonna be like ill-equipped. But I mean, if it's all like schooly sized fish, I mean, it'll be pretty fine though. Like, we'll have a freaking blast with this little light tackle setup. Throwing out a deadly dick right now. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a whole line of bait right there. It looks too small to be bunker or peanut bunker, so I'm guessing sand eels. It's not sand eels at all. It's actually, look at that little silver side. That's what this bait is. Maybe we have to change our presentation. My mind is blown right now. There's so much bait here and not a single fish is blown up on it. But look what happened here. Jesus. Sucks for whoever's boat it is. I can smell all the diesel also coming out of it, which kind of sucks for the environment. At least it's not like a really big boat. Can't tell if it's fish on bait or if it's just bait being spooked by maybe cormorants. But this is unbelievable. I'm not seeing like any fish popping
on all this bait that just went by. That might be telling us that, you know, the season is really coming to an end. I mean, you'd think even the fish that are, you know, swimming around here, like the Lone Rangers, would at least be taking advantage of all this bait. All right, guys, so I think this is just about it here. It's sad to see all this bait and really no fish. You know, maybe in the next couple days or so, some fish will find it. But we're still gonna fish it strong probably into December, so there's still an opportunity. I'll get a few more videos out for you guys, but until then, like always, never forget, live to fish, fish to live, and I'll see you guys in the next one.